This guy inted last fight. I need to heal him. What is he just drops a bubble and stays here? God, can somebody let me coach this guy? God damn. First thing is there's gonna be this is gonna be a little more like, I guess, timeline oriented, where we're gonna be going through this and nitpicking a little more. Okay. Last time was a lot more, let's bring up some big complicated concepts and start deconstructing those, whereas this is just gonna be more hey, you know, this is, and we're still going to talk about those concepts. We're still going to bring up a couple of new things that I want to talk about, but it's more just, let's go through this and talk about it piece by piece, as opposed to, you know, the big concept type deal.
Okay.
First off, we're doing the, let me start streaming. We're doing the Dorado VOD because the Hanamura one was fine, but I think there's just more to work with here.
Okay.
There's just mathematically, it's a longer VOD, and there's more chances to talk about stuff. Which is kind of stupid, but whatever. I'd describe, like, I'd say I see a lot of minor improvements across the board, which is good. Or maybe this is just played differently. I don't know, but there's a lot of like, oh, here you did this thing better, still not great. Let's keep working on it. But this is what it looks like. This is what you doing it well looks like. So you actually know what it looks like now. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Hey.
All right. Beginning of each game, ask yourself the same question: what's your job in this team comp?
Mm-hmm. I keep my front line alive. We're running double shield.
Yeah, so you have the mercy to keep your DPS up, you just keep frontline alive, and you shoot stuff.
Oh, hang on. I am looking at the wrong team. We're not running double shield. We're running Hog Sigma.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the mercy will be with our snipers, and I'll keep with the tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes it's super simple, sometimes it is not.
Yep.
And then I'll ask, how much damage do you think you'll be pumping out on BAP here, as opposed to how much healing you need to prioritize?
I need to prioritize healing.
Yeah,
because we'll have super damage with Hog, Sigma, and the snipers. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that to an extent. I also think that if your team is playing this correctly, which they won't, as we see, but if your team is playing this correctly, you might be able to prioritize a little bit more damage, because your Hog shouldn't even be peeking the double shield in the first place to get pull rocked. It should really just be like poking out. So he might be taking less damage overall. That being said, you're still pretty much on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I always figured there's the ideal way to be playing it, which is what you just said, and what actually usually happens.
Yeah.
Usually I know that, well, they're not running an Ana, but this Hog would just be purple half this game.
No, we're just gonna keep going. You do seem a little more, like, responsive, which is nice, about how, like, oh, this happens and you immediately start rotating back. I feel like when I watched, like, a week ago, it was you were kind of just slow in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Your Sigma's, like, trying to solo challenge double shield, which I don't really know what's up with that, but your Hog's in. This is a cool place to be right now, and I'm explain why. Realistically, except for maybe this Ashe peeking around, right? You're safe.
I think the Genji just says to go back up to behind me.
Yeah, they do. But, you know, we talk about the ideal versus the actual ways to play. Ideally, if they push this way, your team pinches. If they push your team, you pinch. If they keep pushing cart, you have an angle, your team rotates around, pinch. You're in a pretty good place right now. You take this good positioning, and I'm saying this, you know, like this is a good team with real comms. I understand this is comp. You take this position, and you cross a very dangerous sightline against a damage boosted Ashe to walk away.
So right there, if you go back, you see my hog goes to contest card. I guess I should just stay there and support him.
Yeah, I think that either it like there's a lot of like room for I think like more nuance here, because this is just a very complicated situation. But I think you can either stay here and keep him up. But in this case, like I'm talking about this like it's a scrim, right? Because this is comp. But ideally, you guys just hit the pinch. You push in as the rest of your team pushes in as a unit. You guys push in as a unit and you pinch. That's ideally what happens. And I understand that that isn't what happens here, and your hog kind of does this, and you kind of rotate back. And I think that given the play your hog made, this is fine. But if you guys are able to make that call to like, hey, have your team contest cart and then you guys pinch, that'd be really, really good.
Okay.
That's just my 2 cents, at least. Because there was a whole meta about how do you pinch double shield. Goddamn, I played that meta. I don't agree with that, Lamp, but I also understand why you did it. Like, your mercy was dying. They're on sniper, shit's dangerous. But in my personal opinion, I think you realistically could have hit your shift and then dumped a couple more things into your mercy and then kept your guys up. Just because Lamp is one of those things where it's like, when you use it, the enemy team has to worry about so much less. It's kind of like Roadhog in the sense of, you know how like a threat of a Roadhog hook is just as dangerous as the hook sometimes? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of similar to the Lamp of like the threat of you using Lamp makes them have to play differently. And so because of that, it's not that you should let your team die and not use Lamp, but if you can safely avoid using Lamp, you should like really try to stretch the limits of that bad boy. You should really like eke out every little tiny bit of value you can get from it.
Okay.
And here it just feels like it feels kind of like you said either, oh, we win this fight already, so I'm just gonna Lamp, or oh, I'm just gonna go heal our Hanzo. I'm gonna toss this here and hope they have fun. I'm not in your head, so that's just what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Get in the immortality field. Immortality bubbles down.
Heroes never die.
What did you do for 10 seconds there that was not great?
Missed shots, first of all.
Okay.
Roll back.
Yeah, let's roll back a little bit. This is something we've talked about in the past, so.
Wasn't aware of what my HP was.
That's true. That being said, you were kind of already here, so it was like there wasn't a lot of places for you to go. What I actually that actually is a good point. But what I'm specifically kind of thinking of is how your team was both taking damage and you needed to pump out damage at the same time, and then you just did one or the other. One on BAP, you can do both. Mm-hmm. Okay. This needs to become muscle memory. This needs to become just second nature to you and how you just play the hero with the rhythm of like you just shooting and healing at the same time, essentially. It just like this was just you had good examples of it and you've done it well and I've seen you do it well, and this was not you doing it well, and I think if you did it well here, it could actually had a really big impact. Okay. That is just my 2 cents. And also like, remember how we talked about like the best safety from danger is to not be in danger in the first place? With how like, remember when we did that whole thing with like the Doomfist and High Ground and the Ash and everything on Hanamura? Mm-hmm. The best thing you could have done there is not been behind that pillar. Like, we can rotate back. The best place for you to be is like probably like over here maybe, or like back here, as opposed to right here. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
What, on my head?
Yeah, that's so spooky. But yeah, the best place for you to be, like the best way to save yourself from danger is to not be in danger in the first place. I know that sounds really fucking stupid. You know, ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. But like this is a weird situation. Like comp is a weird place, and you guys didn't have the comps to do everything properly. But that's just my 2 cents.
Okay. I said, shut up, Hanzo. I need you.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. My turn.
Yeah, just resync for a second. That's fine.
You're fully here.
Enemy sights.
Excuse me.
Regen up.
So this is the first example of it in this VOD, where you do a thing where I really don't like it, where you see an open sightline, you don't check to see if it's guarded, and you just keep walking. You should already be dead. That should be a damage boosted headshot, and you should be dead.
Regen up.
It's like there's you always have to ask the question of what's going to kill you and where's it going to kill you from. Sometimes where it's going to kill you from is very far away from you, and if your Hanzo didn't like hit this shot on this Ashe to deal with it, I feel like you should be dead already personally. But I feel like you got away with this because of the fact that like this isn't Nene, this isn't Sabiel B. So just like this is the first time we haven't talked about angle isolation, right?
No, but I know the concept.
Yeah, so this is the first thing of angle isolation I really want to bring up of like, and this is also an example of like you pushing into a location you don't need to push into. Oh my god, why is that so fucking loud? I'm just gonna, Jesus Christ.
Haven't they pushed the fix that you can change the reviewer? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But so you didn't need to be here at all. You saw where your Widow was playing, like up on high ground.
Yeah.
You could have pretty much stayed there and had the exact same impact. You could shoot the heals and the splash damage hits around the corner. If you needed to lamp, you could lamp around the corner. And if your team is pushing too far for you to heal them, they're probably in a bad position anyways, and they shouldn't be there in the first place. Like, there's no reason for them to be up there. If they're really if they're like actually pushing enemy spawn room, and you cross this path and you make this incredibly dangerous rotation for really not a lot of value, you don't get much out of this. So that this is this is like you just kind of walk in straight lines a lot of the time, and good players will hit that. Good players, play Kovacs for fucking 45 hours every day, sunrise to sunset. Like, just good players will have the aim to hit those shots. So I want you to start thinking about this now, and I want to do a movement workshop with you where I talk about good ways to do movement, and we do some 1v1s, and I show you how like specific movement on specific heroes looks in order to dodge shots. But I don't think you even should have taken this rotation in the first place.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, the fucking Bap walks into your backline, and that's not on you. That's just what the fuck? Like, what just happened?
No, this was I remember in comms, I was like seriously just saying that because that happened, and then there's the res, and then that happened.
What is this game?
Yeah. So and that pretty much just lost us that fight because we were now without mercy.
Maybe I think this is still
maybe
I
forget what happened. It was just so it was weird.
Yeah, but this is another example of you have a tendency to be in an okay spot and then drop off of high ground. Like, sure, I don't agree with pushing back here. I don't think that's a good play. But if you're going to push in there, the least you can do is retake high ground when you get back.
Okay.
And you do it later, but by the time you do it, I think it's too late. Oh no, wait, I think you die here. You didn't even, like... I don't think you win this fight regardless, right? They commit a lot of... They commit 5 really big ults. But... It doesn't mean you couldn't have played it better. Like...
Mm-hmm.
So I would say either, like, you need to be very conscientious of when you have that high ground, if you are thinking about dropping, and I know that this isn't like really a conscious thing, because we talked about it before, how it's like you don't really think about dropping, you just kind of realize, oh, I want to be like in this fight, I want to be there. That's just like not something which is really viable. If you want to be in the middle of a fight, go play main tank. But here we are now, so that doesn't seem like it's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like when you see a situation to drop off of high ground, I want you to really try and stop yourself and be like, all right, what am I getting out of this? Like, what am I getting if I'm closer here? Because sometimes you do get value by being closer to a fight. There are situations where that happens. Maybe you need to be out of somebody's sight line. Maybe you need to drop to protect yourself from a threat that's coming. But most of the time, if you're on that high ground, you're probably in a pretty good place. You don't really need to worry about too much. So just like I said, before you drop, if you can stop yourself and think about it, I want you to stop yourself and think about it. Is that good? We good to keep going?
Yeah.
Cool.
On kembe attitude positive là.
What is it going into this next fight? I think you guys... You actually do a better job of some stuff this fight that I'll touch on, but this is another... There are snipers up here. You know there's specifically the Ashe up here. You know the Ashe is up here because she threw the dynamite down. And instead of trying to, like, you know, fucking hit the 5 rules of dodgeball, you walk forward. She's shooting at your Sigma for some stupid reason, but you should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
You all look like you needed some healing.
Heroes never die.
This is another bad example. You can heal and shoot at the same time. Sorry, I need to go on Do Not Disturb on Discord really quick so my friends don't.
That's fine. That is self-realization that I have a hard time playing against snipers because I feel like I can't be in locations that I can put out healing or have any impact because I feel like they're just looking at me. So yeah, that is something that I struggle with.
Something that honestly I struggle with too. For me, it kind of had to come to a point where it's like, I need to, if I'm in a good position, or if I'm in an okay position, I don't have to go look for a great position, I don't have to go look for a really good position, I'm just gonna stay here and do my thing. Because if I try to go, you know, find that better position or rotate to that better position, that's really dangerous, and that's not something that I should be doing. Like, let's rotate back to this last fight in that regards.
Okay.
This is it. You can just stand right here. If the Ashe wants to peek you, she has to walk all the way over to that, like, section of the bridge right there. You're still healing your tanks. You're still doing damage. If your tanks put past the corner, you can't really help them as much, but, like, that doesn't matter. You're safe. This is a good position. This is a fine position. And then you push up because you want to have that angle. You get greedy. You make the because of that you didn't, but you should be dead. I use that phrase a lot because it's true so much. Not just in regards to you. Doing my own Vod reviews, I'm like, damn, I should be dead. But does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, you have something good. Don't make the great the enemy of the good, I think is the term. Then you just kind of walk up because you're like, oh, I guess I'll go, like, push in with this fight. Yeah, your Ashe shoots, like, 3 shots at your Sigma. Or their Ashe shoots 3 shots at your Sigma. Feels like you should be dead. Also, like I said, you need to shoot and heal at the same time. That's something that I'm going to keep trying to drill into your head. because it's good and important. But you guys win that fight, and you use a fair few ults for it, but honestly, that's okay.
You should be at peak.
Let me show you how it's done.
I'm taking care of you.
But the way I wrote it in my notes is that you spend a lot of time. I see it on third point specifically. You spend time T-posing into like really dangerous sightlines, where you're just kind of stanced up there, and there's like no reason for you to be there. There's no reason for you to be down here right now. There's no reason. Especially now that they're on like a Junkrat, who is gonna do better on like probably low ground, and he takes the high ground here, and you guys lose because of it, I think. Maybe you lose the next fight because of it. What the fuck was that guy's doing?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think maybe that's why I do a lot of this stuff, because I'm so used to these tanks just wandering off by themselves, and then wondering why they're not getting healed and stuff, and so I'm getting conditioned to follow them along.
Yeah, that's understandable. That feels like it's a habit that was developed through playing like Moira, and it has bled onto this. Because, you know, like, you need to be close range to heal with Moira. That's just how the hero works. Whereas Bap, you can chill out and just T-pose further back. That's what I think it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, if your tank pushes in and dies like that, I think they're probably dead regardless, right? Like, if a team has proper target focus, they're just gonna die regardless of you being there, and then you're gonna die too because you were there. But like I said in our first session, your value on support is intrinsically tied to how long you are alive. Even if you lose your main tank, fights are winnable. If the enemy team is pushing you and they're forced onto an objective like this, you guys can web up the point. You can make a crossfire. You can pocket your Sigma, and your Sigma can stall point. Well, your Hanzo takes an angle, and you take an angle, and your Junkrat does something. Like, you don't need to put you don't need to like put your resources, and you didn't put resources into it, but specifically, like, you don't need to worry about keeping 100% of the people alive always, because even if you lose people, fights are winnable.
Gotcha.
And that guy feeding, that was that guy's fault. And I think that if you were like chilling like over here, and you like poked out, and you like played with your mercy, and you poked that guy out or something, I think you guys, if I remember correctly, you guys lose this fight. But this fight becomes super winnable. Oh yeah, she gets this res off somehow. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, you die up here because you just kind of walk up in the Junkrat clonks you. You guys lose this. But if you guys just like chilled out and made a web on point, that'd be super winnable. But because of the fact that you said, "Oh, I gotta go save my stupid tank," because he's being an idiot, you also made a bad play. Friendly reminder. This exists. You don't die here. You get out with like 7 HP. But you shouldn't have.
Regen burst activated. All better.
Could have just hopped up back there. Damn. There's no real thing. Just damn.
No. Yep.
Hey, you balance it here, and then, oh yeah, you die the first 2 times too, and you're like, I'm not dealing with this again. You lamp yourself.
Heroes never die.
This high ground is a beautiful, loving woman, and she wants you. She loves you. She cares about you. She wants you to be happy. This is your wife. This high ground is your wife. Why are you not spending time with her? She misses you. She's lonely. She's, she only gets to hang out with like Hanzo, and that guy sucks. You know what? This is just like her weird coworker who she like has to be friends with because, otherwise like your job environment is awkward. Just go spend time with her. She's so nice. He misses you. Also, if you were high ground here, you'd be able to actually get the angle to heal your Rhine. I didn't mean to press that. This is so brave, by the way. And by brave, I mean really fucking stupid. You just kind of ignore the fact that there are 3 people here and you keep walking up. Which is one of those, like, in the question of what's going to kill you and where's it going to kill you from, feels like you got a big blind spot. In regards to the fucking Brady Bunch over here. Fucking stanced up, about to ruin your marriage. That Junkrat is like in your back line. What is that? I don't even. Yeah, it's like you do. That's so sad. But like we talked about it on Hanamura of how like sound is really important and good in this game, and I see how you're doing like a better job of reacting to sound cues in the sense of you won't just ignore them now. You'll like maybe start to walk away from the area, but you don't like look and scout and just check like, oh, I hear some Junkrat stuff. I'm gonna go take a look over there. You just kind of walked away. Which is better, but it's still good to have that information, look over there and be like, oh, well, he's coming out of this doorway. I need to do this thing, that kind of stuff. Right now you're at like level 1 of using your ears. We need to get to level 2 of using your ears, where you use both of them at once. That's stupid. But I think that I hope that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not even like you need to intensely study it like a fucking art student at a Renaissance painting. You just take a glance and say, oh, okay, well, that's what's up. Please, man. She misses you. Good lamp. You die because, like, you're probably dead there regardless, but, like, in a vacuum, good lamp, good reaction.
We still need you.
Someone's looking out for me.
You have a couple of examples of pretty bad lamps, I think, on attack. Or maybe, like, the second round of attack that I want to talk about. See, you're at level 1 of using your ears. This is a level 2 of using your ears.
He comes and stuns me, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember if he kills you or not, but it's definitely like... Level 1 of using your ears is hearing the Kree shooting your Mercy and going and healing your Mercy. Level 2 of using your ears is hearing the Kree shooting your Mercy, healing your Mercy, and making sure the Kree isn't going to go kill you too.
Light them up.
The man shoots your Mercy from back here. She dies in front of you. You hear him shooting from your left.
So, okay, yeah, I should be going for him. How do I take a 1v1 with a McCree with...
So, you know how I talked about an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is, you don't even get to this situation in the first place. You know that your Mercy is taking damage, and you say, hey, Kree pushing left, help me kill him. You maybe, like, heal your guys on point for a sec, and then you and your Hanzo focus the Kree. And then you go back to this. The reason that flanking works in comp, and, well, just in general, the reason that flanking works as a concept is because you need to focus on something else, and you need to get multiple people to focus on that other thing, or that flanker will trade or get kills. And so, oh my god, that projectile's so fucking huge. Yeah, so, like, it is intrinsically difficult to say, hey, Hanzo, stop what you're doing and go do this other thing. Or, hey, Mercy, damage boost me and go do this other thing. But that's what you gotta do.
Okay.
Because if you don't, he does what he does here and you guys lose this fight. Oh yeah, you guys fucking roll him. But, like,
You or me, brother.
both of you should be dead. He had, like, 2 HP. You had, like, 60. Both of you should be so dead. This is a you didn't die because this is like a plat game. That's not Sabilby, that's not Nene, but like you still gotta respect him. Like, imagine this just plays out, I don't think anybody can do this. Imagine you, right now, get matched up into a comp game against, like, Pine. Right? Fucking Pine, dude. I feel like maybe a good part of your brain power, not like a good part, but like some amount of your brain power is gonna go to just making sure you know where he is and being like, oh god, Pine's flanking left. Let's be careful of that. Why don't you treat that guy like that? I know he's not gonna. He died there and inted like an idiot, but he should have killed you guys, and you should treat him like a threat. Imagine you're against like the Pine Libero DPS lineup, like. You need to think about like how they're gonna kill you and where they're gonna push you from. Aside from just like, oh, he hit a nuts cross map shot, it's like, oh well, I know the Widow's peeking here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
But yeah, like you need to keep like, I'm not saying, you know, never peek their sightlines and be careful from every shot, but if you were, you know, playing a comp game against Pine, you definitely think about where Pine is. Oh god, Pine's on the flank. Let's go deal with that. Let's be careful. Let's make sure nothing happens with that one. But and obviously you don't need to treat it, but you need to respect the abilities of every character and do what you can within that. Like the best players are able to make crazy pop-off plays because they respect the limits of every hero and then outplay those limits. Or wait for those limits to be, you know, bent or pushed. They don't just... Like, Defran on Tracer, when he did crazy shit on Tracer before he's a strawberry farmer, he didn't just blink into 3 people. He didn't just triple blink into 3 people and kill 4 people because he's a human aimbot. He would, like, wait for people to use cooldowns and bait out certain cooldowns and blink around people and get their attention and push them somewhere else and, you know, put them into one place and then come in from another direction. And you just look at it and you say, wow, good Tracer. Not, oh, these are all the things that he's doing to make this play line up for him. You just see the 3k pulse bomb and the kill feed. You need to understand the steps that go into, like, being really good at your job, and one of them on support is I need to respect, you know, the limits of these DPS heroes that I'm playing against and understand what I can do with that. And understand, hey, if I want to make a rotation, I'm going to call for some help. I'm going to ask for a Sigma to shield me. Or, hey, there's a Kree flanking me on the left. I'm going to ask for my Hanzo to come help me shoot him. It's like it's the same overall concept.
1. Attackers incoming.
This is, if I remember correctly, on this attack, you do a lot of T-posing in really dangerous sightlines. Oh yeah, just on the note of, what's your job in this comp, what are you doing, it's still pretty much the same thing. This guy's on Zarya. He should be burned at the stake. That's all.
Still, a lot of people want to play Zarya right now.
Well, can't say I blame him. Hero's really fucking fun, but...
Yeah. With if you want to talk meta real quick.
Yeah, correct.
With the changes to Reinhardt, are we seeing a lot more Rein Zarya, or is it like Rein Sigma, or what? Or have you been playing Destiny and Halo?
Yeah, I've been playing Halo. Sorry, buddy. If I could answer that question, I would.
So I got some homework for you.
Okay.
Find out that answer.
Okay. Yeah,
because you know, a lot of people, if someone goes Ryan, then the other person goes Zarya almost automatically now, and I don't know. I'm just wondering if because last time I poked my head into like a top 500 game on Twitch, it was still double shield, Bap, Xander, Bap Mercy, and then like Ashe and what was the other DPS?
Probably like Echo or something.
Yeah, Echo. I think a flanker.
Yeah, I asked, I DM'd a friend of mine, so I'll tell you what I know when I know. Unless he's like, no leaks, bro. You already lost Gauntlet, bro. Don't, bro. That's me. Yeah, but so, hey, you're 15 seconds in. You're able to see the enemy team comp. This is where, you know, you got to keep thinking about, like, okay, what are these heroes going to do? How are they going to try to kill me? Free can, like, tap you from high ground, but if you're careful about the fall-off damage ranges, you can, you know, get back before that happens. Junkrat is a lot of spam damage, and then maybe the Junkrat, like, hits you with a flank or something, and does the double conk that they've hit you with a couple times now. And here, like, oh, you're playing around this corner. You're, like, poking out and shooting a little bit, and then you are ready to duck back if you take damage. This is good. And then you throw that all away.
Okay, so what is the correct move there? As the payload, they let us push payload under bridge. What is the correct movement there?
I would say you either make this rotation earlier when the DPS are focused on something else, or you wait for the payload to keep pushing. These guys probably gonna move. There's fucking 5 people up here. You can just, like, stay back here probably, and then make this rotation when it's safe.
Okay.
Like, you are on attack. You dictate the pace. You don't have to make this rotation until you want to. So if the cart keeps pushing, you don't gotta go anywhere. That cart's pushing. You're fine. You're happy. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, just, like, patience, I guess, is the way. Because you should be dead. This is, this guy's up here doing stuff. And your hog just, like, clears out this high ground for you, which is great, but, you still need to, like, at least, like, take a cursory glance over and make sure that everyone's okay. Because right now it's just, like, you just made sure that everyone on cart is okay, and there were still, like, 2 people on that high ground, like, just try to make sure that nobody's dying, you know? You can see through walls, that's, like, part of being a teammate in this game.
All better. Now.
Actually fucks with me when I play another game and I can't see my teammates through walls.
The battle continues.
Hey, you seem to be pretty careful of this Widow sightline. Good job. That guy's stupid. And then, the Widow hooks up, you see her in your peripheral vision, and you T-pose in the open. You just say, oh, this is a good place to be. She hits you with a fully charged body shot, because she's a bad player, right? Because this isn't Libero. But if it was, you'd be dead. Not because he hit the nuts shot, this isn't a nuts shot to hit, but because you were in the wrong place. You made the misplay of not understanding the position you can play in and you know, the limits that you can play around.
Good job, team. Let's keep it going.
You do it a little bit this fight, the rhythm. But not a great job. Good lamp. I don't know if you, like, took the time to line this one up or not, but good lamp. I think if you want me to really nitpick, if I'm gonna go fucking dissect this on the surgery table, probably
a couple backs.
Yeah,
you can still peek it from top.
You probably could have, probably could have put it at the bottom of the stairs, because right now Sigma can, like, shoot over the top and, like, poke it. Wait, they don't have a Sigma anymore. No, wait, they do. Okay. But the Sigma can poke over the top and shoot it, but, like, good lamp. You took a second to line it up, you lined up a lamp, and it was a good lamp. I want more lamps like this. You do a couple of lamps later on that are just, you kind of just throw them out there into a bad position. Remember, you're right now you're fast and bad. We're working on becoming slow and bad. and then slow and good, and then fast and good. Let's still keep, you know, turning it down and making it slow before we work on just like trying not to die. And I know it's really hard in that moment, right? To stop yourself and think, oh god, I need to do this thing because my coach talked about this thing, and in order to get better at lamps, I need to do this and play slower in order to think and like have that whole thought process. That's hard to do, right? Like it's not an easy thing, but it's something you have to do in order to build that muscle memory. Because right now you're playing with a muscle memory that hasn't been developed, but you're still throwing it out like you have that muscle memory. But this was good. This was good. I like this. More of this.
All better.
Wir sterben nicht.
Hey, good brain power. I watched this the first time and I was like, oh god, he's gonna waste square here. And then, you didn't. But also...
Also, there's a... Yes.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Right. Oh, I should be dead, yeah.
You should be dead.
She's like looking right at me, too.
Yeah. And you're not, because she's
I guess she shut the echo
Yeah,
in.
she chooses to shoot your echo.
And then I died.
And then you say, oh, okay, well my echo's dead. Let's go see what's happening up here.
This is a party.
There's 4 dudes posted up here.
You know how I am. I gotta be in the middle of everything.
Yeah. You're like, you know, I wonder what's happening up here. I wonder how it's going. And then you go, this is their wife. Why would you try to fuck their wife? That's really rude.
Yes.
Like, come on, dude. That's just mean. And then they like got into a fist fight with you because of it. I made this high ground as a loving woman joke a while ago, and it like resonated really well, and I just remembered it, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a really effective teaching tool.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
You have just heard walls popped. What should you do?
Stay behind cover.
Before that, even. You go, hey guys, where's the widow? And then you also like take a mental note of the time, and you're like, oh, walls are down in 15 seconds. So, you know, you're like, okay, at around like 450, maybe like 350, like 359, they're down.
That's something I picked up from Emong.
Good.
Is doing that.
Good. I actually picked that up from Emong too. I used to do it, and then I stopped doing it, and then I watched Emong, and I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. But yeah, the first thing you do is, hey guys, where's the widow? Because if the widow is all the way back here, you're fine to walk up. But the widow was like right here. She pops walls to chase down like a roadhog and an echo, but she was over here, and this could have been bad. Could have been bad. I'm not even gonna say you should be dead here because she's focusing on other targets, but you could be dead here. And that's scary. That's just a focus priority. You want to spend time healing your guy, and then you don't heal the other guy. It's like, did we do a Gibraltar review together?
No.
Okay. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, sorry, my brain just went in another direction. I was thinking of somebody else I worked with who also had this problem. Okay, never mind then. But yeah, that's just like a focus priority of like, you spend time focusing to heal one guy, and then you don't really think about the rest of the situation.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
The widow is rezzed. This is just like that. This is actually that same thing, but really like a microcosm of it. You saw the enemy Zarya beaming your echo. You look back to heal somebody else. Your echo should... I don't think she should be dead, but like, you should have just like realized like this person is taking damage and I can see them right now. This is probably a higher priority. Like, prioritize... You know, like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Like, prioritize healing somebody who you know is taking damage over trying to make sure that everybody else is okay. And obviously there are going to be situations where you're going to have to look around and be like, oh, well, I need to heal this other guy because this guy has a priority ult or he holds this position, which is better. But there's a lot of times where it's like, because of the fact that you get distracted, you look at something else, that person can die.
Let them up.
What do you see?
Yeah, Widow up there.
No. I mean, that too. This is bad. You should not be peeking here right now. But what do you see at the top left of your screen?
Hog is dying.
I see nothing.
Both tanks.
Because they have no health.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right. Your tanks are dying. You toss out this square here because you want to push for space, and you notice that your tanks are low. You see them, and you're just kind of going. This is bad news bears. This is a suboptimal play in my opinion. Not just because you do this, but you do this and then you don't juggle the heals. You don't heal, shoot. You just shoot for a little while. If you had good rhythm here, you fuck it. You could outpeak that Widow. 100% you could outpeak that Widow. You fucking, like, 2-tapper. You could do it, but... Or, like, 3-tapper. But, like, It's not, like... This isn't just a bad play because of the play that you made overall. It's also the execution within it isn't very good. If you're gonna make a bad play, make it the best goddamn bad play you can make it. Hey! Hey! What's this?
It's a good lamp.
That's a good lamp! You want me to nitpick? Could have been a foot further to the left. But you know what? That's a good lamp!
Yeah.
And you took a second to line it up, and it was a good lamp! Just fucking pat yourself on the back for that one. More of these!
Heroes never die.
Why did you do that? Why?
Why? Well, it was like a 3v1.
Let's I hate Mercy players. Not because you play Mercy, but because you're such a weirdo about it.
Wait, what?
Not because
Say that again?
Not because they play Mercy, but because they're weirdos about it. It's like I'm gonna pop Valk to go 1v1 a Bap, and then somebody else is gonna kill, and then I'm gonna fly into the enemy team. Like what? Like, what's your plan there? Sorry, but that aside. Dead. And then you notice that she's up there, and you peek back, and you actually jiggle peek it, but you should be dead.
Good job, team. Let's keep it going.
It's not. It's not just where am I being shot at from. Because, we ask the questions of what's going to kill you and where's it going to kill you from. It's not just where am I being shot at from, but it's where can I be shot at from.
Mm-hmm. So here, zoom out a little bit.
Yeah. What's up?
So you got... Is that McCree?
Yeah.
All right, so you got McCree here in the middle of everything. You have Junkrat taking a flank. You have Hog down here. My Zarya is dead. And where's Mercy?
Also dead.
Also dead. So here, the right play is to just withdraw and not even peek. Just wait. Be patient again.
Walk away. This fight is over. You have lost this encounter.
And the rest of my teammates are just going to feed ultimates.
Yep. And the more you heal them, the more ultimates they're feeding.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That being said, you still need square, so I'd probably keep healing him anyways. But, like, this is just not a good place to be. This is not a good situation to be in. This is not, like... This fight's over. Just leave. Just go.
Okay. And I don't know if I brought this up before.
Go for it.
That, how do I juggle that knowledge of what the right play is? versus what my plat teammates are going to be doing.
Um,
But and I have maybe a 50-50 shot of being in voice and ask him to do the right things. Say I do decide to do the right thing, and then I get flamed for no, we have to do this, or why didn't you heal me in this fight, or all this other stuff.
if you have the proper execution, right, and you step up where it counts, like remember that fight over here where it was like you guys commit to this fight, and when your main tank dies, and like your mercy reses him and everything. But that aside, like the right play was probably just to get back, build a web, and shoot at point.
Mm-hmm.
If you make this play for yourself, you're having an impact. And your team doesn't need to be a part of that impact. You have your own personal impact. And if you execute on this well, you like hit some shots and you get the heals, you're good. But sometimes when the right play is just do nothing, maybe you jiggle peek and you heal people, but this fight's over. I'd say try to... This is a really difficult balancing act, right? Because there's no really right answer here for this one, because every game is different. There are different people in every game, and they play differently every game. But the most that I can recommend is do what you can with the situation that you are presented, and do not go for more unless you know that the team is gonna, also be going for more. So you can juggle out and heal here, and you can toss a little heals at your hog, a little bit of damage out. Just be really careful about not getting shot, because this fight's already over and you should try to get some all charge. You're still helping your team, right? And if the fight gets into a better position, the fight's into a better position. You guys can keep pushing. But if you try to commit to this fight, like fully with your team, you just lose. Sometimes the idiots in ranked are idiots in ranked. And you need to understand that they're gonna make plays, and those are kind of gonna be your boundaries, right? They're gonna make plays that are gonna set your boundaries, and you're gonna do what you can within those boundaries.
Okay.
It's not there's no like right or wrong answer to it. It's really complicated, and you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna make plays that are wrong because you think your team's gonna do something else. But I'm trying to break this habit too of just don't assume your teammates are gonna do things unless you see them doing it. Don't say, guys, I thought we were gonna push here or something like that, unless you already see them in the enemy asshole. Unless they're already like in there. There's no real reason to like think that they're gonna be there, because they're idiots in comp and they do whatever they want. I really wish there was some way I could be like, yeah, just always do this thing, but I can't. Still, you make a bad peek. That being said, you probably should have been dead like 20 seconds ago. You guys are like, time to get out. You do, but... What's your Winston doing? Just having a blast. So your team comp changed. You have to re-ask yourself the question of what are you doing with this team comp. And you're not on the optimal hero for it, but right now your job is keep your Winston alive when he tries to dive. And that didn't go so well, now did it? That's not really like your fault, because he shouldn't have been on Winston, but also you should have just recognized, like, oh, I'm the only guy who can heal this Winston. If he dives in like an idiot, I gotta do my best with that. This is just a reminder. When your comp changes, you need to re-ask yourself that question.
You're fully healed. Get in here.
This lamp was fast and bad.
I was aiming for the corner where they were.
I know you were aiming for... I know.
And I missed, yeah.
I know. I know exactly what you were trying to do. And if you hit it, I would have said this were a good lamp. What is this, like 3 centimeters to the left? Would have been a good lamp. Slow down. Your team dies, your team dies. I don't care. Maybe you care. You probably do, because your SR cares, but I don't care. Slow down. Make sure your lamp is good before you throw it. Don't worry, don't panic. This Junkrat dies, this Junkrat dies. You get to hear him bitch. It happens. Slow down and make sure the lamp is good before you throw it.
Get inside.
Bad example of juggling. Shoot, heal might have kept them alive. You might have been able to get square, pop square, heal them more. Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal. It needs to be second nature. I know I keep bringing it up, but it needs to be, like... I want you to go to sleep tapping left, left, right, left, left, right. Like... You ever seen that video of Mewtwo King wave dashing in his sleep?
But of what?
I'm gonna send you this video of a professional Smash Bros. Player doing movement tech in his sleep. It's the fucking second thing when I look up Mewtwo King. This is a video I want you to watch at some point. It's like 45 seconds long. But this guy is literally doing movement tech in his sleep because of how often he plays the game. And I'm not saying you need to do that, but you know, this is like the ultimate example of like building a muscle memory. I don't want you to literally go to sleep hitting left, left, right, hit left, left, right, but you get what I'm trying to say. Of like, I want it to become so ingrained in how you play BAP that you are never not doing it. And, you know, you can swap up your rhythm as the situation changes, because if your team needs more heals, you just do like shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal. But you can always be like trying to weave those things in. You can always be, you know, you should always be doing that.
Payload stopped. Not exactly what you were going.
What is it coming into this next? Now you understand that this guy inted last fight. I need to heal him. What is he just drops a bubble and stays here? Can somebody let me coach this guy? God damn. God damn. There he goes. Anyways, without bubble now. This is you're just like dealt a bad hand right now. This is an okay but very dangerous square, just in the sense of like there's a lot of shit going on around you, right? Like there's people jumping on this high ground, you're taking damage from the front line, and you say, I'm gonna square me for some value. I don't even think this is like a wrong square. I just think you need to get more into the habit of taking a look around and saying, oh, what do I need to do now? Just head on a swivel, right? You should never just be like looking in one direction. You should always just be able to like look, check what's going on, look, check what's going on, look back to where you were looking, keep doing your thing. It should not take you longer to assess a fight than it does to check your rearview mirror in your car. Should be just like, you glance up, you glance back. Your aim is bad here. There's nothing to really coach about that, it's just your aim is bad here. Hit more shots, lol, forehead. Download crit hit, that's my coaching advice to you. I want you to crit hit's a hacking subscription.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a hack client. Damn, you really just did not give a shit about this guy here. You really just didn't care. And you got killed by the Kree, but like you didn't even pay attention to the Kree either. This is like one of the ultimate examples of you just kind of T-posted an open sight line. You just kind of walked out here, and you're like, today I will push the payload.
Yep.
How'd that work out for you?
I'm dead.
You are very, very dead.
Still T-posing, but
Still T-posing, though. I would say, like, even if you were playing over here, you can maybe juggle around this pillar a little more. And, you can also just, like, you don't even have to worry about the Widow. Now this is angle isolation. Right now you are peeking 2 angles. Pretty much 3. For no reason. Peek 1. Just peek 1. Just 1 angle is all that matters right now. There's no reason to be peeking 2. You get the exact same amount of value from doing this and doing this. And if your Winston dives the Widowmaker, you can pop out and heal him and pop back. But you're not really peeking this angle because your Winston's there and he's body blocking. It's the exact same amount of value. You are just in a way more dangerous place.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Maintain that positive attitude.
Don't you fucking tell me what to do, Baptiste.
That's as good as me.
Hey, did you know that you can see your teammates through walls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why are you looking at the ground? This seems really stupid, just bear with me. Like, I'm not saying you needed to, like, pre-fire heals, but you kind of whipped around the corner, and then you looked up, and you were like, oh, my Winston's taking damage. Huh, ain't that something? I should probably do something about that. Whereas, all the way back here, you can just go, oh, my teammates are dying. And then you're ready for it. But it kind of felt like you got there, and you were like, huh, well, ain't that something? Look at him now.
He looks like he's having fun.
He's having a blast, dude. But yeah, that's it's just like you gotta I think that like a big like the 2 biggest parts of situational awareness that you need to work on, because you're not bad at it, but like you need to you're getting better at listening to sound cues, and I like that. You're getting better at understanding them. But you just need to head on a swivel, take a quick glance around, see what's up, and then keep going to do what you're doing. Because if you Because what you have to do in the middle of a fight, that's going to change second by second. That's how this game works. And the more information that you're able to just really quickly, like, look, see what's up, okay, keep doing, that's better. That's just better. Also, this is really nitpicky, but I'm gonna ask you to bear with me for it. This is like really, really nitpicky. The only direction you should be going is to this wall. You stay here for like a second too long. This is really nitpicky, but in a lot of situations, that's gonna kill you. You're gonna die there. You didn't die here because these guys are bad, but you just, like, the second you see that kind of danger come out, you leave. You are gone. It's the same thing about, like, if I see a Genji running at me with a nano blade, I'm leaving. Honestly, I'm not even there to start. But you get what I'm saying. Like, if these people peek you like this is like 6 Widowmakers right now. This is just a team of 6 Widows.
Healing boost.
60 seconds.
This is like getting into those like late fights where people start just like picking shit. Whatever.
Mixing up just makes see if something happens.
Yeah. So do you know why I don't like this play?
Because I'm not healing when I need to be healing. I'm there by myself. I'm following my Genji, who's just gonna be dashing around.
You got it. You're there by yourself. This guy comes up. Maybe that Hanzo comes up. Peek this. You fight all these guys. Push them off high ground. And you fuck their wife. But right now, you just walk up. You toss out a burst of damage and you say, "Oh god, this is dangerous. I'm in danger." And then you walk away. But if you made this play with like two, 3 people, this is an engagement you can win, and then you have control of high ground. I do think you guys do end up full capping. But like right now, it's like you go up here and you check out what's up, and then you just like walk away. Whereas you can get this same information by looking through the glass on the wall over here, and you don't get it, and you'd be in a better position to heal your guys. This is what we in the industry call a miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
What is your lamp doing that his beat is not?
Oh, nothing.
What is his beat doing that your lamp is not?
Oh, no, yeah, I don't even. I wasn't voice chat for this one. It was, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. It's just like when it was Babzan meta, before every single fight, there was just a really quick conversation of, I lamp Flux, you trank Blizzard. And that's the whole conversation. And then they go, yup. Or sometimes, no, let me trank Flux because they don't have Blizzard. So, like, that's the whole conversation. If you're able to get into the habit of having that conversation in comp, this isn't going to happen. Because this will lose you fights. I know I'm giving you, like, a lot of, like, really small pieces of advice today, as opposed to, like, one big, like, here's a 4th dimensional concept that you need to ascend your brain.
I don't know. These are the things I need to get better at.
Yeah,
so
it's
fine.
Yeah, we'll be doing some more like conceptual thinking stuff, but right now I think like getting down these like tiny little things that's like, I learned this because I played this game for 3,000 hours. I'm telling you this now, so you don't have to play this game for 3,000 hours to learn it.
Okay.
This is just like, you guys push up, you win this fights, whatever. God, I really wish so this doesn't, like, you don't lose this fight, you full cap here, but this could have been bad. This could have been real bad. Why does it keep tapping me out? Oh, it's on cooldown for the next 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, Slamp. Oh. Wish I had one of those bad boys.
Let them up.
And it's like, there are some things that you do get punished for, which are rightfully so, but this is one of those things where you didn't get punished for this, but I feel like you should have.
This is gonna make you feel better.
That soldier should have killed you.
Greetings.
And I know there's a little bit of like, I'm coming at this from a view of a guy who's played with like pro players. I've tried out for owl teams. Like I've been there, man. So it is a little unfair. I'm not, because for me to say these things, I'm not expecting you to be like the perfect. I'm not gonna like expect you to be the perfect god gamer after like a couple of sessions. But it's just like, I'm gonna keep bringing these things up because if I plant this seed now, you're gonna learn it even if you don't really think about it. But I'm planting the seed. These next 2 rounds, I think you play on one of these.
Ready for battle.
But it's mostly more of the same. We're still going to go through it just to talk about stuff. But I think that I've really gotten through the bulk of the flaws that I've seen so far.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
But sorry, I'm just. Oh yeah, something I didn't bring up yet, that really hasn't been too noticeable in this VOD, but I think it was pretty noticeable in the Hanamura VOD you sent me, is you keep shooting the ground on BAP, and you're going for more directs, but I don't think you're going for quite enough directs. You still want to be going for those directs in order to hit them. You're still doing a lot of shooting the ground.
All better.
Okay.
Yeah. You're shooting the ground.
Is that a big deal? And that if I'm trying to hit the hog and
So it's not a big deal because you were missing the hog. It's a big deal to me because it's bad habits.
okay.
And it's sometimes hard to hit those long range right clicks, but if you get good at hitting those long range right clicks, you can save people you would not have otherwise saved. So by getting good at short range right clicks, you'll be able to learn the long range right clicks. This is me looking at it from a practice point of view, not from a efficiency point of view. What was that?
Sorry, I was writing. I was
That's
actually
fine.
paying attention.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're, tell me if you're writing
I'm
stuff.
sure it's a bad lamp.
Yeah. No, tell me if you're writing stuff down. By the way.
Feed.
Yeah. No, but tell me if you're writing stuff down. I won't keep going. Like you.
That's fine.
I write stuff down all the time.
Get in here.
Yeah.
I don't even think you should be here in the first place. Like, why are you frontlining? I know that your Roadhog's dead. But why are you frontlining? If you don't have an answer, that's fine. This is just probably one of those things where it's like you didn't really think about it too much. You're just kind of here. But yeah, don't do this. This is like photos taken moments before a disaster type thing. Excuse me. This is another thing about angle isolation, but it's a little more mundane. You pushed up here. You were peeking the same angle right here that you are right here. But the difference is, up here, you have nowhere to go. If you peek the same angle back here, you're able to peek out back and forth like you are. But when you peek it up here, it's just you're just here. Here's here. Part of angle isolation is the ability to, I guess, escape or just not peek an angle. And right now you are making the choice. Like right now you're making the choice to like have that escape attempt. But when you go up here, you are locking yourself into this position because anywhere else you want to go is dangerous. The second, and even being there is dangerous, but the second that shield breaks, like, you're locked. That's it. You kind of put yourself in a shitty position when you were up here, and you get out, and that's fine. But you use lamp, and that's a whole thing.
If I could make a suggestion.
No, this isn't what the thing. Because I think it's on defense. Never mind.
Get in here.
You know what this lamp was?
Bad lamp.
It was okay.
It's okay.
It was okay.
I feel like it was panicky.
Yeah, but it was okay. This guy's probably dead. And this guy's probably dead. And this guy's maybe dead if you don't do it. So it's an okay lamp. But you know where it would have been a good lamp?
Right on the corner there.
Like 5 feet to the left. This lamp was fast and okay. But since it wasn't good, it's bad. Slow down. I don't care if your echo dies here. You care if your echo dies here. I don't care if your echo dies here. Slow it down. Be okay throwing the lamp to your left a little bit. Just because when you get good at throwing those good lamps, you'll speed it up. And you'll get faster. But if you just do it fast, you're fast and bad. Oh yeah, this fucking Widowmaker's like over here, right? Yeah.
Get in the immortality. Let them out.
You just kind of walk up there, but it's like a tiny thing. Slow it down. You got, sometimes things are going to get worse before they get better. And if you want to be really good, sometimes things are going to have to go really bad.
Switching sides.
But like, there's improvements here. I don't want to like, I point out the mistakes because it always feels so much better when you do good, noticing when you're bad. You had good lamps this map. I liked some of the lamps that you did this map. Those are good, and I want you to do them more. And so, the fact that, like, do you understand when I say now it knows what it looks like when you do it right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, like during those fluxes, when you would slow down for a sec, you would make sure that the lamp is in a good place, and then you would throw it out there, and then the flux would end. That was good. You made sure it was a good lamp, and then you threw it. That's what that should be looking like.
Get you patched up.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And like you're doing a better job of having like situational awareness in regards to like the sounds. You're understanding like, oh, there's enemies over here. I should probably go this other way. It's just like we're kind of like starting to scratch the surface and like get into the first layer. So it's good. There's definite improvement happening, and I'm like,
5, 4.
I shit on you because I believe in credit where credit is due, and I will take that credit away from you where it's not due. I don't believe in lying to people in order to help them improve.
Good.
I will lie to you right now. You are in a good position.
You said, wait.
I'm right now.
Not?
No, I'm lying to you right now. You're in a really good position.
Oh, okay.
I love this. You're very safe. You want to be taking Rhine swing damage to charge your ult faster. There's no way that anyone's gonna think to come up behind you. This is amazing.
Wait, are you lying? Or no.
No, this is a lie. Don't do this.
Okay.
Don't. No,
Okay.
This is bad. I don't like this at all. Yeah, but that's the first and last time I will lie to you. Yeah, I don't like this at all. We've already talked about this. You want to be in the center of an engagement. This is a bad habit. Breaking this right now is don't be here. This is just like, if this Sigma were good, he'll take like a further off angle and poke you out from Rhine's shield. There's an echo coming this way. Like, this is just not a good position to be in for you. And you are kind of limited because of where the cart is, but like maybe try like here. If you know that like the Hanzo's over there, maybe like try here. Maybe play like up here. And be careful of the Hanzo and just make sure that like, oh, if you know he's gonna go do stuff, you can just like peek in for a sec, go the other way. It's just, this is not a good place to be. This is divorce. This is your loving wife. She cares about you. She wants you to be safe. And obviously there will be team comps where it's like, oh, you do want to be here, but this is one of them. Yeah, it's nice. It's an alright lamp. I don't hate it, but I really, like, I don't love it. Honestly, what should have happened here is your team should have focused out the Sigma, so you didn't have to use that lamp in the first place. But that's like you use that lamp because you were forced to. It's not. It's like not a big deal. He'll shoot. 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 Shooting at the ground. It's just bad habits and I don't like it. It doesn't have any real impact, it's just a bad habit and I don't like it because it can make you worse in the future. But you guys just kind of get attritioned out here, they build ults and you lose this fight. We'll play it out, but I don't really have anything else to touch on in regards to like bigger notes or whatever. This is just like, this is how the cookie crumbles. Your round was getting fucked on, you kinda had to lamp there. It's whatever. Yeah, like, there are moments where you just have to do something because the situation is bad, and I don't blame you for that. That's not, like, a mark of a bad player. Like, it's just... That's just a bad situation to be in. That Bob did work, by the way. That Bob actually put in work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my,
Okay.
Yeah. So, I would say the biggest takeaways I have here, or at least, that I think... Well, actually, what are you taking out of here today before I do anything?
The two... I mean, a lot of positioning. Checking sight lines, staying out of the sight lines, healing from far away, and then weaving in more healing, damage with the healing, and vice versa. Those are the two big things I'm taking away.
Good. That's really good. That's pretty much what I wanted. In refer to like that shooting and healing, I call it the rhythm, like the rhythm on Baptiste. Because you do get into a rhythm when you do it. And the one additional thing I'm going to add to this is you should try to keep your head on a swivel a little bit more, because your positioning is not just based off of what's a safe place to play. It's where are the enemies playing, and if you're able to look around really quick and see what's up more often, you'll be able to know what's safer. Because right now it kind of feels like you are like playing on a lower FOV, so to speak. You just gotta, check around, look, make sure everything is, like, make sure you know where everything is, and then you can keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, it shouldn't take you longer to check that than it does to check your rearview mirror. Yeah, but that's all I have in regards